Woohoo! Hello, 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 everyone. It is Girlfriends and Football. Your favorite girlfriends here to chat all things football. How are we doing, guys?
Doing
Hi.
well. Let's do it.
Hey, this is going to be a wild pod. I didn't tell you guys this before I hopped on, but I am having an allergic reaction, and I had to
Oh,
pop some. I had to take a shot of Benadryl, so this is going to be real fun. Do
oh
not
my
judge
God.
me.
Okay, you know what? So we're gonna get into that about things we do, taking Benadryl, spray paint, maybe a little wine, things.
It is definitely a hump day, feeling like a Monday. So,
I'm ready for Des to flub.
oh, it's gonna happen. Like we'll see. I mean, y'all don't know.
How long ago
Pediatric
did you
dose
take it? Should we start the timer and see how long it takes
literally
for
took a
you to
shot
hit?
right before I popped on. So, ladies and gentlemen, start your timers. I will start slurring in about 5 minutes. It's gonna be
Oh shoot.
great. So we'll see how the sign off works. But hey, guys, another cool week. Really, I don't know, kind of random week. First, let's just get this out of the way. My 49ers are 3-0, baby. 3-0. Brock Purdy, aka Brock Steady.
Congratulations.
I am just in love with my team. And there's only two other teams in the NFL with a 3-0 record. But we're not going to talk about them tonight.
Just the beginning. It's just the beginning.
I know, but let me just have this moment for a bit because I'm
Oh,
watching
yeah.
Jimmy G with the Raiders, and I'm like, oh, he threw a pick. Wow, we didn't had that. So I'm just gonna revel in it because it's been
Mhm.
a number of years of not being able to do that. But I don't want to stop there because I had an enjoyable weekend where I didn't have to stress out about anything. Uh, but y'all two had me stressed out because Sherry is pulling for the Commanders. Beth, of course, is pulling for the Bills. So let's get into that juiciness.
I mean, there was really like not even a contest.
I mean, to be fair, it wasn't like you got
Mm.
blown out by 70 points. So, I mean, it's not,
Right?
there's that.
I mean, to be fair, it's like, I root with my heart, not with my brain. My brain knew there was not a chance.
I know, Beth, you weren't here, but like after you popped off, like I kind of forced Sherry into a corner where I'm like, you must say who will win. And she was
Yeah.
like, Commanders. And I'm like, yes.
I'm like, I always go with the underdog, and they're my team. Of course, I'm going with them, but come on, like, in reality world, we knew there wasn't really a chance.
Anything can happen at any given week.
That's true. True.
Hey, I'm a Bills fan, so that worked out well. I was happy for
It
them.
did. They look good. Their defense looked good. Their offense looked good. Josh seemed a little more calm.
Yeah. Hey, when do you guys get Von Miller back?
At not next week. I think the week after. He's out at least the first 4 weeks. So he will not be there for the Miami game. He will be there cheering from the side. We don't need him. We did just fine without him. He's going to be our support on the sidelines, keeping everybody in line.
Yes.
I think it's going to be a game.
Yeah, dude, you need Von Miller. I'm sorry. It's the Dolphins. They look freaking
What is anybody
good.
going to do with Miami? 3 receivers had 4 touchdowns each.
I know. What's anybody going to do with them?
What's anybody going to do with that?
I'd like to take a stab at it.
Did anybody see this coming?
Kind of, but no.
I'll be honest. If I did, if Tua stays healthy, I expected this last year, except Tua got hurt. So I am not surprised that Tua is playing this game.
And I will say, Mike McDaniels was the OC under Kyle Shanahan. See, it's starting. What's the time? I said Kyle Shanahan.
You made it 5 minutes.
Boom! That's the kind of fantasy points I want.
5 minutes
on the money. Kyle Shanahan. I don't even know what I'm saying now. So Kyle, yeah, he was under. Yeah, they worked together for a long time. He's off the Shanahan tree. They kind of all came through. So definitely saw this coming at some point. He's kind of like this. Like, gee, like, did you see like the way he looked in San Francisco was kind of like, meh. But then he gets to Miami and he's G'd out with the gold rim glasses and he's got like the gold Rolex or whatever. Like he's just so Miami now. Like he just dove in head first and was like, I'm just going to take up the culture here. And that was that. So now he's got W's. All he
Dude,
does is win, win, win.
That was
An ass whooping.
So here's a question. Do you think if they knew that they could have broken the record, I forget what the record was, but they did not kick the field goal at the end that would have secured the record? And people are saying it was like a, I don't know, mercy thing, but do you think if they knew they were going to break a record, they would do something different?
I'm sure they knew. I am
You think
sure
they
those stats
knew?
are all over the place. I can't fathom that they didn't know.
See,
I mean, they have
Why
those
wouldn't you
things.
just go for the record? Why wouldn't you? Why would you not just do that then? Like you're going to show mercy with 70 points, like an additional 3 is going to be like a pacifier?
I don't think they knew. Like Sherry and I were debating this the other day. She took me for my birthday lunch, not breakfast.
Happy
Look,
birthday.
hot mess. It's going left, guys. It's going left. But we were talking about this. I don't think they knew. I'm gonna say they didn't know, and so it was just like ignorance. And like I don't think they know that going in. Like, hey, we're gonna kick their butt so bad that we're gonna rack up 70 points. Let's see what the record is for that. I think, if you know that you're on the brink of breaking a record, like, hey, we're undefeated. There's not been a lot of teams to do that in a season. Let's go for that record. Or like, hey, Hill has got most receptions.
Yeah.
He's like 50 yards from going for total reception.
But dude, once you hit 50 points, isn't somebody a little gopher on the sidelines running around going
Sherry,
like, what are the records?
That's what I'm thinking. ESPN can figure out who kicked what field goal wearing 2 wrong shoes.
Pause. This is the team that put Tua back out there after we all saw him get hit and knocked the hell out. And after halftime, they put him back on the field. This is the same team we're talking about, by the way. Oh, I'm in rare form. I need to be doing Benadryl every time I get up on here. I forget this goes on the internet.
I don't disagree with you. I just can't imagine that there isn't a stat person there going, this is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Let me see what the highest score was.
Don't you see it like a little
I
gopher,
can't
like in
fathom.
the movies, like writing it down. Let me go check the stats. Come back. Coach, let me see. If you do the stat, like that's what I see.
If you run this play,
yeah,
it'll be the first. Yeah. I mean, there had to have been somebody doing that.
I don't know.
So
well,
why didn't they?
So here's my backup thought. My backup thought is Mike McDaniel, much like Kyle Shanahan, they're just so cranial. There's like, I'm sure he was like, what plays can we practice right now? I'm sure it just went into like, I've wanted to try this play. Let's see what happens if we do this play. I think he got so cranial. Like, I don't think it like mattered to him of like,
yeah, I guess.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I'm just going to throw that out there.
Record.
Sherry wanted the record.
Like, period.
Sherry's like, annihilate them, put the nail in the coffin.
It's like,
No
it's
mercy.
right there. Of course you go for the record.
I don't want to hate Miami again, guys. I hated Miami for a long time. We hated New England for a long time. I want to go back to Miami. Can people hate us?
Well, we all hate the Cowboys, right?
We can all hate the Cowboys.
Let's talk about that game,
right.
shall we? Did you guys watch that spanking? I mean, I don't know if I would call it a spanking, but they definitely lost.
I watched some of it. And I think I stopped because they were not doing well.
I was just so excited because all of ESPN. Oh, hey. Who is that?
Children.
Mom moment here.
Children, sorry.
We all have them.
I'll say this. I'll say I was loving it for the pure fact that all of ESPN, everybody who is in sports commentating, were all like, Cowboys defense #1. They're going to be, and I'm like, y'all forgot the 49ers are still out there. Like we are still,
yeah, ma'am.
The thing, like, no. So I'm fluffing my chest now.
I beat my daughter this week in fantasy football. My daughter we were talking about last week how she killed everyone. She totally blew it out of the water. And isn't it the Dallas Cowboys defense she has? that she's so proud of.
Yeah.
And I believe they got her negative points. So I'm
Tell
like,
Santa.
I mean, I'm sorry. That's what
Coach
you get
Desi
when
kicked
you
my butt
go
this
with
week.
the Cowboys, like karma.
Yeah,
You
I
never
kicked
know.
Beth's booty, but only because for two reasons. Number one, Beth did nothing to alter her lineup. And number two,
Probably
I
won't do anything this week either.
and number two, I had Mostert. I literally posted, I'm like, I don't want to brag, but I've got Mostert. And by the way, thank God I did, because I started Matthew Stafford as my quarterback and benched Love. And like, dude, again, I'm like, what the barnacles? And even like I benched Burrow because I was like, oh, this calf is going to be a problem.
Oh man, we listened
Both
to
of
too
them.
much shit, dude. We listened to it too much because I did the same thing, and I'm like, I told you right before the game started. I'm like, or right after they started, I'm like, I did what I said I was not gonna do. I was not gonna listen to the people who were down on the people, so I did not start Jerome Ford. And guess what? He got all the touches. Like, I'm not gonna listen anymore. I'm going with instinct.
Yeah, well, that's what you get for not taking.
But I
your own
still want.
advice.
Actually, guess who's 3-0?
Not me. I can tell you that for
Oh,
sure.
look at you.
Okay, I'm gonna call you Shorty Niner now. Hey, so speaking of surprises, there's been a couple other surprises out there. So Nick Chubb's MRI was complete, and it shows the only thing that was a complete tear was the MCL. Like, what? Blew my mind.
Whoever did his surgery the first time around needs a raise.
Girl, you're
I
reading
have
my
no
mind.
idea.
I
Looking
was like,
at
that
the
guy needs to.
pictures,
Yeah, I was like, that guy needs to start promoting himself right now. Who does the best ACLs? Me. I did Nick Chubb's ACL, like not just ACL. He probably did the whole reconstruction, right? Staged
Right.
it. However, there is a small caveat. It does sound like it is partially torn, but not complete. So they're going to wait until they get in there to do the surgery. Beth, just like we had said before, it will be staged. They're probably going to repair the MCL first, as we talked about last podcast. It's a little bit different rehab scenario, MCL versus ACL. So they'll repair the MCL first, take a look at the ACL, and then determine whether that's going to be if that will need to be done at a later date. So Nick Chubb, thank you for those prayers, because he is in a much better situation than where any of us thought he was going to be. And in other news, who else was surprised that Taylor Swift showed up at the game to see Travis
Not
Kelce?
surprised at all.
This is like the cutest love story ever.
It's
I really
not
hope that
yet
they.
a love story.
I know, but it's super cute.
It's
My husband was listening to it because it was on like one of the news podcasts that we listened to, and he's like, "Why are people talking about it?" I was like, "Because it's fun. It's one of the few things in this world that's just good, wholesome fun right now."
His mama is so fun. Mama Kelsey is so fun, and to see Taylor Swift and Mama Kelsey whooping it up, and they're like just so, I don't know, wholesome, genuine, adorable, and yes, Travis Kelce, adorable. I agree. It's all big love, big love. But
they may be nothing other than
easy.
good friends when things end up, but it's just super cute. I think it's just fun to.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Beth, I'll paint this picture of what went down in my household that day. So Saturday night, my husband got me watching some stupid thing on YouTube. Actually, it's not stupid. It's actually very comical, where they interview celebrities that eat hot chicken wings and ask them questions.
Oh, we watched that. Yeah, we watched that.
Hours just suddenly disappear when you start watching that stuff.
Guess what Dana's getting for Christmas? Shh. All the hot sauces.
Oh,
we're gonna do our own
from the.
Oh no way! Are you gonna do your own?
My son loves hot sauce. He loves hot wings. I'm from Buffalo. We love wings, so we're gonna
promote
I
that.
saw that Anna Kendrick on that one. The Anna Kendrick one doing the wings was hysterical. She was great.
Gal Gadot is like, that's my girl. And I'm like, I want to hang out with her even more now.
Yeah, no kidding. Wonder Woman.
Yes. Well, we were watching that Saturday night. just that's what we do on Saturday nights here. So exciting. We're watching YouTube. But that's what we did. And next thing you know, it comes up some, Travis Kelce and the Taylor Swift thing was being discussed, whatever. And my husband's like, oh yeah, they're dating. And I'm like, no, they're not. That's not confirmed. And he's like, oh yeah, it is. And I'm like, no, it's not. So then I'm like searching it up. I'm like, it's not confirmed. So fast forward to Sunday, we're sitting there. He's in the bedroom on the floor on his phone. Don't ask. I'm on the couch watching football. And all of a sudden it flashes up where you see Taylor in the box. And I was like, oh, she's there. And he's like, I told you.
Told you so.
I love that he has more gossip and inside scoop than you do at this point.
That's what he's going with.
That's what it's about.
But she's also like, hello, opposite land. I'm watching the football game. You're talking about Taylor Swift's date.
It was so opposite land. I was like, well, if anyone ever wanted to know, that's how it rolls in our household. So it was cute. It was kind of like, okay. I mean, I don't really watch the Chiefs to, it is what it is. It was cute for the moment, but now I'm kind of like, I hated that kind of took the thunder away from other newsworthy stuff that was happening over the weekend. Like, you heard more about that than the butt whooping of Denver from Miami. Like that was like the thing to talk about. Even, I mean, maybe our boy Coach Prime was excited about that because that hushed that up too. Like literally.
It sure did. Actually, you know what I've seen? If we could pivot to that, what I've seen since that whoop down on Colorado is everyone coming out in support of Coach Prime. They're like, yo, just sit down, right? Like, this team got into the top 20 in the first 2 games of the season, 2 to 3 games of the season. 3 games of the season. Yeah. He got into the top 20. They won 1 game last year. That stadium is sold out. The revenue he's brought in, what he's doing for the future, I don't think anybody thought he was going to be that good out of the gate. And when he got that good out of the gate and the team got that good out of the gate, everybody, including me, was like, yes, like, I want to see this go through the rest of the season. And then to come, like, it wasn't just a 2-point loss. It was a smack down. And everybody's like, there will be people going, oh, Coach Prime, put him in his place. But the majority, dude, are like, yo, he's going to be completely fine. Like, he did so much more than anybody thought he was going to do by now. Yeah, that kind of sucks, but it's going to be just fine next week. Like, they're all still on the hype. And to Desi, what you were just talking about, like, that kind of took the spotlight away from the Colorado loss, right? But at the same time, I feel like the people who are really rooting from, people don't really want to see that loss. So maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like, we just want to keep the positive. Let's keep the positive rolling.
It's Coach Prime. You can write. I mean, that's.
There's going to be losses. And he's in that school never would have competed in that game.
Never.
Before him, right? It never would have nobody even would have showed up thinking that they would compete. So the fact that people are showing up knowing that they can compete, they're going to have some of those blowouts. Of course they are this season. Of course they are. They're not there yet.
Sold out.
Right.
Yeah. Prime is not worried. I'm going to tell you that right now. He's going to sleep just fine. I'm not worried either. I think he said something like, I came out the womb booed. I love it. Love it. And also, since we're going to chat about all things today, but and this is the other thing that Taylor Swift took away. They announced the halftime show. Y'all, it's going to be Usher Raymond.
I did not hear that.
Yeah, you didn't hear it because you couldn't hear anything besides Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. But yeah, USHERRAYMOND.
Wow, dude, I have a thing for Usher. I think he is dead sexy. I have a thing. Oh, man.
Okay.
I wonder how that halftime show is going to go.
Sherry, we will not bother you during the halftime show.
Do not call.
We will let you have
Nobody,
your moment.
nobody will be. Yeah.
Don't.
We will let you
I
have
wonder
your
how that's
moment.
gonna go though, man. It's been a while. Like, is it gonna be just Usher? Is it gonna be a collab? I don't know, man. Like, can Usher hold a whole halftime show? It's been a
Oh,
long
yeah.
time.
Girl, the first time I saw
You-
Usher, he opened for Janet Jackson, and I ain't even gonna tell you how young I was when I watched that.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't even have enough songs that he was doing. He was covering Bobby Brown songs, and he was amazing.
He is amazing, and yeah,
I think he'll be fine.
I have a lot of tonight. A lot of
Yeah.
hearts.
You're in love, Sherry.
I-
Well, it makes
Dude,
sense because you're getting ready to go.
I literally remember watching him on The Voice and just sitting with my family watching him, and I'm like, that man is dead sexy.
Yeah. And he's aged much better than Aaron Rodgers. So,
Oh,
but
ooh, we just saw him, Beth. So Desi and I went out to lunch yesterday. No, on TV.
Oh, I was like,
Sorry,
wait.
On TV.
Why was this not brought up earlier in the podcast?
No, on TV. So Desi and I had lunch yesterday, and on TV at our favorite place in Lutz, Florida, is Brick City Eatery, and that's
Shout
where
out to Steve.
Steve, our friend's the owner, and that's where Desi and I always meet for lunch. And he is on the TV, and we see an interview coming up with Aaron Rodgers, and he's on the mid screen, and Desi and I both look at it and we go, "No, no."
like I have any room to talk right now. Like I was outside in the rain during a swim meet, but
what we said is he looked very happy and unaffected at the moment, and we thought maybe he had visited his magic healers.
or he could have had Benadryl.
Which seems to also help.
Very much helpful. Very helpful. Oh my gosh. All right. Here's
At
a
least
question
you're
I
not
have.
dying.
No, thankfully I stopped the whole EpiPen situation. So I was thinking I was going to have to drive somewhere, which I didn't know how affect. Anyway, we're not talking about this right now. I'm very good. My foot is not as swollen as it was. The red streak up the leg is starting to go away. We're good. We're good. Got bit by a damn fire ant. I hate Florida's, like their insect
Fire ants are
problems here.
terrible.
They suck. Okay. So here's what I want to know from you guys. Who's the worst team in the NFL?
Wouldn't it have to be the Broncos?
I mean, the Jets are up there.
I don't know. I feel like that. Yeah.
Chicago's a train wreck.
Hold on. Can I interrupt 1 second? I'm sorry. This is important because I know you're going to want to hear this. There are rumors, and it is just rumors, about Cap and the Jets.
I was going to get to that. He wrote a letter.
Oh, sorry.
Is this Valentine's? Is this Valentine's? Because I feel like it's all love. Like Sherry's getting ready to go on her vacation for her anniversary. Beth, you just had your guys' anniversary. This is like Valentine's because Cap wrote a love letter to the Jets. Like, hey guys, I'm still here. I hear you need a quarterback.
Think about me.
I mean, at this point, they might as well, but I don't even think they have the money unless Cap is really like desperate.
I mean, is Cap really, does he have a whole lot to hang his hat on right now? He's just looking to get back out there.
I mean, word on the street is he's continuing.
He wrote a love letter to him.
He wrote a letter.
If he wrote a love letter to him, he clearly can't be asking for too much.
Yeah. He's got to love Jones for your
button. This is like a Jerry Maguire feel to it. He wrote a letter.
As long as he turn around and say, give me the money or show me the
You know what? Why not at this point?
Why not?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Do you know how much attention that would bring?
Well, I mean, that might be the problem too.
But I mean,
it would be good and bad though.
I think
there's still so many.
Dude, I think it's gone in Cap's direction. I think it would be.
And I think it's New York.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
you're in New York.
Yeah. So I think that I think they could rock with that. I don't think it would be the same in other areas. Okay, I'm going to quickly divert because we don't want to go down that rabbit hole. But Sherry,
Yo.
apparently I want to take our relationship to the next level because my first college game that I've ever watched was this weekend's FSU game.
Oh, thank you. Did you have a heart attack like I did?
It was a nail biter up until like the second. I'm not going to lie. I fell asleep second quarter, woke
Yeah.
up third quarter and was like, wow, that's a lot. So it was a nail biter from there on.
Well, you know what? Here's my take on basically all I want to talk about is the end of the game. Thank goodness we ended with a touchdown because I didn't want to get another scolding about how our team squeaked by with a 2-point win. So I was very thankful to have the touchdown in overtime. A win is a win. My team on fire.
Nice. All right. So we have chatted a lot about a lot of stuff. I want to get to the games coming up this weekend because I know, Sherry, you've got to hop off. Guys, the Benadryl is real. Because if you look at, like, shout out to Chris who hooked us up with this beautiful plate of, like, what do you call this? We've got like our pretty screen now. So it has our logo on it. Click subscribe, by the way. But look, I didn't put you in your right boxes. So just pay attention to the pink little bubbles because Sherry is in the upper right corner, not Beth. And
It's all right.
Beth's in the lower part, not Sherry the commish. So, yeah. All right. Next time I'm probably going to, I will have my ish together, promise. Okay. So
But
games,
you know what? Isn't the point that the reason we just get together and chat? I've got scalding burns on my arms because I'm trying to feed my kids and pack for vacation. Beth has kids wanting to play puzzles. Desi stepped in a fire ant and needs.
Did you
to
see
make
the
an
hamster
ambulance.
that I had to give a kiss goodnight to?
I did not
Moving
see
to the screen earlier.
I saw hands. I didn't know what the hell that was.
Oh, there's a hamster in those hands. Yes.
But, like,
Charlie is going to bed now.
Isn't this the point? Like, wouldn't
Charlie.
other girls, like, we do that and we're like, yeah, sorry, my dog's here, my kid's here, my face is blown up. You know what I mean? And we still can sit and chat about football for a bit.
This is real life. It's mom life. It is what it is. I need to know more about Charlie. Next podcast, we're going to let Charlie have a cameo.
I'll be very happy.
All right. So tomorrow night, we've got Lions at Packers. That is going to be an interesting game. Both teams 2-1. Who's our favorites?
I'm always going to root for the Lions. They're
Same.
always underdogs. Always.
Here's my biggest thing. Do I pull Love off the bench? Who the hell do I start this week? Got Love,
as if we could give
Stafford.
you advice. Didn't you just beat Beth?
I know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Beth, do you want to tell her who she should bench this week?
I'm fearful I need to pull all of my Bills players off and just like put everybody else in.
Yeah.
In Miami. But I don't know.
So okay, you guys both picked Lions. I love the Lions for this, but I'm gonna go with Pack. I'm gonna go with the Pack. I'll go just different just because. But I do want to talk about Bills Dolphins. This is the game to watch. Why this is not the Sunday night game, I have no idea.
Yeah,
But
man.
this is the game that everybody's gonna watch. It is at home for you. Walk us through this, Beth. How does Buffalo win this game?
Our defense has to hold strong. They need to play like they did last week and a little bit better. And Josh needs to stay calm. I mean, he has the targets now. He's spreading the ball out. He's given a lot of people options. I think it can happen. I do think that it can happen. I think we got to figure out.
Well,
without Von Miller.
No, with him. You need him.
He's not there this week.
He's not going to be there this week.
I know.
So we have to understand that.
Like, wouldn't you think that, like, Miami's coming out, they're kind of like on an ego trip, and maybe Buffalo's like, yeah, you want to see, where
it's
your
in
ego
Buffalo.
gets to.
It's in Buffalo.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot. I think Josh knows what he can and can't do. So he even said in press conferences, he's like, I can't look at what the other team is doing. I can only control what I'm doing. So if I can control our offense and do what we're supposed to do, I trust my defense. And that's all that you can do at that point, right? I think our defense has gotten a lot more aggressive this past week. They're really kind of starting to gel. I think it can happen. We've got enough bits and pieces in all the different positions that if it gels, I think it can happen.
You have the talent. I mean, that's the bottom line. You guys have the talent. You guys know how to handle Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Man. Yeah. That entire stadium has been sold out since day one for this game.
Yeah.
You can't get tickets. You can't get anything. People are going to be tailgating starting at 9 a.m. I mean, it's going to be absurd.
That's awesome.
So it's going to be a great atmosphere. I'm sad that I'm going to be at a gymnastics competition watching it on my phone.
What? Are you not going to watch it?
I'm going to watch it on my phone.
Okay, I was like, you
There's
can't
no other
not
way
watch
that
it.
I can.
Okay, no. I just wanted to make sure you were ready. I was going to give you some logins and passwords. I had to make sure my sister can help. You got to be able to watch it.
No, I got a way to watch it. But it's going to be in my ear and on my phone while I'm cheering my daughter on at the same time. So
awesome. There's another interesting game at 1:00. Ravens at Browns. This is an intriguing game to me because it's a rivalry, and they're both 2-1. How do you guys feel about Ravens Browns?
It's hard to really, it's the same thing with kind of like Detroit. Like, I don't really see the Browns doing a whole lot.
Yeah.
I mean, they have surprised me already this season. I just don't think that they can hold it.
I agree. I don't want to like Deshaun Watson for obvious reasons, which
I
don't want to see them succeed at all. So I'm definitely cheering for the Ravens this year, but.
And that's it to me. Like, I mean, that's it. As soon as you mentioned it, I'm like, I mean, I really don't even want to talk about them. Like,
yeah. All right. Okay. Let's talk about yours. Yeah. Bucks Saints. We didn't even talk about Monday Night Football, which I attended on my birthday, and I was very sad that they did not pull it out against the Eagles. But
Desi was at the Monday Night Football game.
I was there. Monday Night football games are so lit. I love it. The energy is just different.
It's awesome.
But how do you survive Tuesday?
Well, it was an early game. It was 7:15, which isn't horrible, but so my parents have season tickets, and Desi was asking me if I was going, and that night my husband doesn't get home till late. I'm packing for going on this vacation. Couldn't go, whatever. We watched the game. I'm like, oh, thank goodness I didn't go. It rained, and we looked horrible. And so,
well, you didn't look horrible initially. Initially, it was, the first quarter, maybe a little bit into the second quarter. It wasn't too bad. It did start. It rained on us twice.
It felt pretty bad, regardless of the rain. I mean, it felt pretty bad.
your defensive line. So the Bucs defensive line could not penetrate and get to Jalen Hurts. For the life of me, I was like, please get him down. And then he started getting a lot more mobile towards the end of the game, and that was it. That was the nail in the coffin.
I know, and also I'm gonna have to write into the rules that you cannot ask me about Baker Mayfield again, because every single time I say something about him, like he does something opposite, and I'm done talking about Baker Mayfield until I feel a little more consistency with where he and I are at. Then we'll talk about it.
Yeah, you got to get in alignment. Beth worked it out with Josh. I mean, he's now they're straight. So you need to get tips from her. So you guys are playing, Bucks are playing Saints in New Orleans. Both are 2-1. I think it's going to be contingent upon whether Derek Carr comes back. He went out, he left the game with a shoulder injury. I have not seen an update on the status. But he has been rocking and rolling in New Orleans, and I love that for him. I love Derek Carr. Great guy. So I'm hopeful.
I think as long as Alvin Kamara's out.
Wait, what'd you say, Beth?
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I was just going to say that it's just an AC joint sprain, so it's really pain-based. So it's going to be based on his decision.
But that's his throwing arm, right? Wasn't it his throwing arm? Yeah, that's tough. Okay. Well,
Alvin Kamara is still out.
Yeah, but I mean, they're both out. So that, I mean, it'll be, again, I think they can make it work.
Bucks.
Yeah, I mean, the Bucks could win if they both are out.
Absolutely.
But I think Derek Carr has the ability to pass, and they wouldn't have to rely so much on, with Kamara being out. I think they could make it work. But it's looking good for the Bucs. Yes, ma'am.
Well, I would love some Fitz magic back up in the Bucs, to be honest.
You got to watch that Thursday night game. He's commentating Thursday nights, so
I'd love it.
You'll be on a plane heading to paradise. He's great.
Love it.
So I get to play. So 49ers are at home. We play the Cardinals, which they're the team that just beat up on the Cowboys. So this could be an interesting game for us. It'll be interesting to see their same conference, NFC West. So it'll be interesting to see. But I think this is a no-brainer. I think this game is ours to be won. It could, hopefully I won't even say the other, but we should win this game. And that's all I got to say about that. What do we got? Monday night game, Seahawks, Giants. Meh, right?
Meh.
Sometimes I think Beth and I have it scripted, but we literally just met a few weeks ago via podcast. And
we might not even,
we have it scripted.
We may not even watch it, and my husband is a Giants fan, so.
Oh, man. Yeah, I didn't even reach out to him on Thursday. I was like, no, it's not worth it. But I actually was surprised that, they just, I don't know, nothing, it wasn't, I don't know, just wasn't clicking for them. Did not look good at all. So, all right. Well, I made it. I didn't totally bomb this. I think
you didn't pass out on the table, man.
I didn't. I will shortly.
Thank you, because we can't end the podcast without you hitting the button.
We don't know how to do that.
Watch it. I'm going to make y'all like administrators or whatever it is to make sure that you guys can do this. So, all right, guys, that's our episode for today. Have an awesome football weekend coming up. We are Girlfriends in Football. Make sure that you reach out to us on social media. We are available on Instagram at Girlfriends in Football, as well as here on YouTube. I am Coach Desi, who is also newly on X or Twitter or whatever you call that, Coach_Desi. That's been a blast. Connect with me there, and have an awesome night. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.